Now, our next video is about the three chambers of the breath. Your lungs, energetically and physically, has three chambers. You have your lower chamber, which is where your belly breathing occurs. Then you have your middle chamber, which is in the middle, the majority of your lungs. And then you have your upper chamber, which is the upper area of your lungs. Now, this practice is to help you empower your breathing even further. One of the benefits it does is it helps really help you tap into the potential of your lungs. Not only that, but it helps expand your lungs. It can stretch the lungs slightly to help increase the capacity of oxygen intake that your lungs can receive. Now, this is a very powerful benefit to have. If you can expand your lungs more, you strengthen your lungs better, and you kind of stretch them slightly and slowly over time, you will be able to intake more oxygen. And having more oxygen is very important, very powerful tool. Having more oxygen allows you to have more oxygen to your brain. You really reap the benefits of breathwork even more. You also can access higher states of consciousness and awareness through having a longer exhale or a longer inhale. It really helps me tap into deeper states of awareness, especially for meditation, when I have a higher lung capacity. Now, a little warning, you don't want to stretch the lungs too much. You don't want to strain the lungs, so just be aware of that. If you ever at one point feel a pain from doing these practices of stretching your lungs, please stop and refrain from doing so. You don't want to go overboard with this. You just want to go to your edge and then maybe slightly more to test the boundaries of your lung capacity and expansion. But in worst case scenarios, if you do it too much, or let's say your lungs are already sensitive or you have some type of condition with your lungs, you may strain yourself, and pulling a muscle in your lungs, in your diaphragm or here, does not feel good, and I've done that before, and it's super strange and painful. And if it does happen, don't freak out. Just relax and come back to normal lower belly breathing, and you will heal. But yeah, that's my little disclaimer. So now let's do a practice to help you tap into the three chambers of your lungs through breath work. Now, make sure that you are sitting nice and tall, or standing tall, or laying down. You can do this practice laying down, but regardless, make sure that your lungs or your spine is straight. Now, first, let's start by exhaling all the air out of our lungs. Inhale and bring it to the lower chamber, expand the lower belly. Fill the lower belly as much as you can and stay there, and exhale. Let's do two more. Inhale, fill the lower chamber. And exhale. Last one, fill the lower chamber. Just the lower chamber now. And exhale. Good. Now let's bring it to the middle chamber of here. Let's begin by inhaling, filling the lower chamber first. Now continue to inhale, filling the middle chamber. Hold, and then exhale. Both lower and middle together. Let's try that again. Inhale, filling lower belly. Now bringing your breath a little higher, filling the middle chamber now, expanding the middle diaphragm. And exhale. And last one, inhale, fill the lower belly. Continue, inhale, middle chamber. And exhale. Good. Now let's bring it to the upper chamber. Starting from the lower chamber, begin inhale. Continuing your breath, middle chamber. Now continuing full lung capacity, inhale all the way, filling the whole lungs, upper chamber. You want to feel the top of your lungs rising. And exhale. Again, emptying the breath fully and completely. Now inhale, fill the lower belly, middle chamber, upper chamber. And exhale. We're really feeling the full capacity of your lungs. Emptying the breath completely all the way. Now, again, inhale, lower chamber, middle chamber, upper chamber. Full lung capacity, inhale, all the way. Exhale. Releasing all the breath now, emptying all chambers simultaneously. And coming back. And there you have it. That is the 3-chamber breathing experience. And if you've never done that before, this is a great introduction for you to experience the 3 chambers. Now, the reason why we dissected and went into each chamber separately is to help you master the control of your diaphragm. You know, I've noticed beginners who start out, they cannot control where they send the breath. And that's okay. This takes time. This is like a muscle memory training embodiment experience. But this practice, if it's hard for you, I recommend to go back and revisit this practice and do it on your own several times. And just keep doing this, you know, start from the lower belly, exhale 3 times, that in the lower chamber, then bring it up to middle chamber 3 times, including, you know, we start from the bottom first. We go to the lower chamber first always, because what that's doing is helping the oxygen reach the deepest layers of your lungs. You're like scooping down the oxygen and then filling it up all the way like that. And that helps you really like bring it all the way down and fill the lungs and access the highest potential of your lung capacity from there. So yes, continue to practice that exercise on your own if it's hard for you. And if it's not, you're ready to move on to the next practices. But yes, this is a great practice to expand your lung capacity, empower your lungs, and for you to also master the art of controlling your diaphragm. This is also another powerful tool to have, is being able to manipulate and control your diaphragm so that you can direct the breath and consciously choose where and how much oxygen you're intaking, thus further empowering your technique of breath work. All right, that's the 3 chambers of breathing, and when you're ready, you can move on to the next training video.